Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers.
Okay, so in our last episode, we had finished up with the frog here. Took it out for a small flight. It didn't get very far, but it's charging up right now. And then we got the new tadpole, went for a little flight in it, and we also marked out some ore. Um, Lots of ore. That's one of the ones we want to hit, as well as that one. Actually, silicon we did hit, so we want to hit up that one. But in this episode, I just wanted to go over a couple ideas I came up with for some possible mining vehicles. You know, we talked about Wasted Space, how he comes up with some really awesome vehicles. And so what I plan on doing is trying to take some of his designs and putting my own spin on them. And what I want to do is move this out. So let's see here, go to here. Let's get rid of this one. Whoops, too much. Alright, so I had a couple ideas today, and so what I want to do is try to build up, at least get a general idea laid out for two different ships. Or they're not ships, they're going to be rovers, they're going to be ground based. So, yeah. So let's throw this down. Let's do it on this side. So I need to be able to get them off this landing here. So the one of them is pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to put the basic down, and then you guys will get the idea, because I'm going to build it off of Wasted Space's chassis, which I'm not going to actually build today. I just want to do a proof of concept kind of thing. So first of all, the first one is just going to be a small ship, because like I said, it's going to be based on that chassis setup that we were just talking about. So it would have it'd have multiple wheels. It's probably going to be 6 wheels, not 8, like Wasted Spaces. But let's see, it's 3, 4 to the side. All right. So let's say that that's the rear axle, and then up here at the front, it'll be something like this. 1, 2, 3. Let's go 4. He did something like this. Then he put like this. Yeah. All right. So that's that. In a nutshell, basically, that's pretty close. Let's say that that's mirrored over to that side. Wish we could do symmetry in creative or non-creative mode. Survival. Man, it makes things so much easier. Alright, so the idea of this vessel is pretty straightforward once I get to this next step, I think. We're not building any more hover bikes. I'll leave that there. Alright, so we're going to put this on here. And actually, how we need to do this is like so. Let's go back over here. Alright. So we need to raise these up a bit, because what ends up happening is if they're too close to the ground, what they end up doing is they end up digging out the dirt in front of you, and it ends up making quite a bit of a mess. If you've ever put your mining drills at the same level as your wheels, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Alright, so let's put these over one more. So I want to put 3 drills on the same, like that. There, that'll work. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have 3 drills on the front of it. No big deal. And then I actually would put 3 more drills across the top. But in the back, so, all right, let me backtrack a little bit more. So what's going on is that we have to figure out how to get down to the ore. It can be anywhere between 30 meters or more to get down to the ore. And unless we're going to do like we did yesterday about kind of pathing our way, burrowing our way down to the silicon, then we need to figure out a way for our ships to get down there. Well, just about everybody's building like an oil derrick where it just literally does something like this. It just goes up, and then let's say this is their tower off the back of their ship, and then it comes out like this, and then they put a piston and a drill, and it drills straight down. So that's pretty much what everybody's doing, and I want to try to come up with something a little bit different. So my idea is such that we will take and put a piston, actually two, on the rear wheels and drive the rear wheels down towards the ground. Why isn't it placing? Like so. And I think I want that up one more. Right? Yeah, that'll work. So the idea is that when we get ready to go tunneling, we just kick this up a couple degrees. Let's see here, let's actually take this out so we can get underneath. There we go. So when we get to where we're getting ready to go boring down into the surface, we just go like this. As on default, it's already going to be a little bit overkill. So what I'd want to do is set those up a block or two so the wheels will be almost the same height. So then when we get where we're wanting to go, we kick down this piston, which will push the front downward. And so we'll literally be able to drive into a hole. So I don't want to do it here because it'll make a mess. So let's grab the tadpole, go for a flight. Actually, let's go do it over here because we want to get some of this nickel. All right. All right. So normally when we're mining like this. We're going in a straight line. So the idea is that we kick that rear piston up at an angle like so, and then we'll go forward. Where's that stuff at? So we would kick up at an angle, and then we would go forward like this. And then as the hole changes depth, we can adjust that rear axle to different heights to dictate how much of an angle we want to go down in. So we can still dig at an angle like that, or we can dig almost straight down if we want, just based upon that angle that we want to put that rear axle at. So that's one idea. So obviously it's going to have to take a little bit more proof of concept to actually get it to where it makes sense. And if you guys can understand where I'm going with it, hopefully you do. The other one is not as mobile, and it's going back to the oil derrick style, where it's basically it's drilling for ore, not going down and boring down into the surface. Let's see. All right, so we're all docked. So the other difference between the two ships as well is that this one here is obviously it's going to be a small vessel. The next one, not. It's going to be a large ship. So we're going to go ahead and go large ship. That'd be kind of funny to build like that. So how are we going to get on this thing once we build this? Alright, let's see if we can get up on there. One of the fun challenges of building in Space Engineers now is actually getting onto your creations. Alright, so... Alright, I made it. Cool. So this one here, I actually plotted out when I had my idea. I actually had to think about how I wanted to build this because it's going to be such a monstrosity. This is actually going to be, for all intents and purposes, a rolling mining platform. So let's say it's going to be about that big minus some steel plates. Come on, give me some. Oh, there it is. Inventory. Give me all your plates. Thank you. Alright, so one more. Alright, so let's say it's going to be... I'm counting my spaces here on my drawing. So it needs to be 10 long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this isn't going to be big enough, but I can give you guys a rough idea of what it is I'm trying to do. And so I can get up on this thing. If this is even going to be possible to get on it. It's not. Great. Oh, not doing too well today, guys. Oh, come on now. What am I doing? I have build mode. Oh, what was I thinking about this sooner, guys? Let's see, it's control. Looks like build mode doesn't work in this. Alright, so we're going to park. And let's try the frog, see how much juice it has, if we can make it through my little idea. Alright, so... Engines are on. Alright. I don't know. Whoa. Calm down. Will build mode work? I don't even know if it's going to work because the drill might be in the way. Yeah, the drill's in the way. Alright, so let's land real quick. Oh, hey, inventory's full. Whoops. Alright, so I picked all that up. Alright, so now we should be able to build. And we have a few minutes of build time, so we're good. Alright. So basically I wanted to build this giant ring to platform. And we're just going to say this is square for the sake of building, because I also want to get this done before we lose sunlight so we can keep recording. So then next up I want to do So this is going to be a pretty complex machine, I think, overall. As I want to put a rotor here with a block, like so. I'm going to let that fall, just, it's fine to let it do what it wants to do. I know you're supposed to lock them before you do that, but I'm not worried about it for this instance. And then I want to put a wheeled motor off of that. Like so. So the idea is that when we get where we're going, we can retract the wheels up off the ground and get this thing as close to the ground as possible. And then we're going to do, where is it? There it is. This and this. I just put the same thing back on there. There, we'll do that. Alright, so we're going to go like this. Oh, we need to put a couple blocks up here. There we go. Number 5. So this is going to go like this. And actually, we're going to put that like that. Extend this down. And what we'll end up doing is on the end of that we'll put landing gears. And we're going to do the same thing in all 4 corners. So all 4 corners will be symmetrical. Then through the center. Let's see here. Do something like this. Whoa, almost crashed right there. That would have sucked. Okay, so obviously this thing isn't square because otherwise it would be symmetrical. And then we'd bring these in and we put a piston ring going down with drills on that and storage in the corners, batteries all over the place. So it'd still be wheeled. It's a pretty massive structure. And then the other side of it is the wheels are far enough to the outside that whatever hole it makes, it's not going to get caught in when we go back out. So that's part of why I put the wheel so far to the outside. So it'll look like a giant oil derrick, the kinds that are floating in the Gulf of Mexico by the time it's done. I mean, these here aren't even really necessary because we could honestly extend these down one more block and just put landing gear like right here. Just simplify it to where when we're ready to land someplace, we just retract these wheels. The whole thing would lower down onto the landing gear, lock the landing gear, and then we can commence drilling. So this is option 2. This is obviously a much more expensive endeavor to create something like this, but I think it'd be pretty cool to have as well. But with going with large ship, we can go to large ore detectors. As Matthew Ritchie was nice to point out, the small ship ore detector has a 50-meter range. So there's going to be opportunities where we're going to literally drive across the top of ore if we were on the surface and still not be able to detect the ore, because it could be at 51 meters. So that's something we're going to look into as well, is that we just need to use a different setup. So, and I think that's a pretty cool setup. So I'd like to hear what you guys think. Should I go with the large oil derrick or the Virgil capsulated mining train? If you guys know the reference for the Virgil mining ship, then please, I want to hear about it in the comments below. Let's see who knows what reference that's from. So, yeah, just leave some comments below which one you guys would like to see me build out to actually do the harvesting with. I don't want a hand drill, but I don't want to exactly just make another Reaper and call it good. I'd like to do something different for planets, and I think both of these are pretty eccentric ways to go about collecting ore. So, yeah, this is going to be a short episode today. Like I said, I just wanted to hear which way you guys would like to see me go with this. and I'm going to...
Ship fuel critical.
Yeah, sure, right. One of these is going to end up being the path that I want to take. So it's up to you guys. I want to hear from you guys to hear which way we're going to go. So the big oil derrick or the Virgil. Okay. So with that, we're going to wrap up the episode. So this is Havoc. Have fun and keep gaming.